Hey, good evening, everybody. Sammy Thunder here. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight I wanted to do a VR video for Don's Field of Dreams. If you're unfamiliar with this channel, he is a vintage collector like myself. He's been around the hobby for quite some time and has quite a nice collection of his own. He's asked us to put together a VR video request talking about cards from our collection that have sentimental value. In the instance of the cards that I picked in front of you, these cards, I mean, monetarily, they have value, but more importantly, these cards have some great stories attached to them and just kind of give me a lot of memories in regards to some of the how I acquired them. So I'll go through each one, and then I thought it'd be fun to open up a pack of 90 Fleer at the end, just to kind of sink that nostalgic deeper. So I'm going to start with the card on the far left. It is my Topps 19, oh, I'm sorry, Fleer 1987 Larry Bird. And this one I picked up when I was younger. A lot of these cards are going to be attached to purchases that I made. And a lot of the times that I made these purchases, the money was coming from either my mom or my dad. But my dad would go to the shows with me a lot, and he was a big Larry Bird fan, and he kind of passed that on to me. And so now I personally collect Larry Bird cards. Just big fan of his game and just the way he was a great teammate to the other players on the team, like McHale and Parrish and DJ and so forth, and just love the game that he played. So I became a fan of collecting his cards. So this one I picked up at one of the card shows at the Westchester County Center, at one of the big card shows that they used to have, and I'm really, really hoping at some point that the county center decides to reopen up again, because I think that a lot of people miss those shows from that place. But I just remember spending hours and hours going through and finding cards. But I remember having some money saved up, and I went to the county center and I purchased this card. At the time, I mean, I don't know how much it's grown. I mean, I think basketball cards have increased in value, but I remember this card also kind of being quite valuable back then. But a lot of great memories. Just remember picking this one up when I was a kid. To continue with the bird trend, this one was really cool. I mean, you don't really find stuff like this too often in card shops and such. The Sports Illustrated for Kids Larry Bird card. I want to say also picked this up at a show. It must have been in a box, like one of those like equivalent of like a dollar box. So I would have picked this up in 98, 97 or 98, maybe 99. That was kind of like the prime time of when I was collecting as a kid. And so I remember picking this up, probably in a dollar box. And, it's just a cool little memento to have, a unique card of Larry Bird. So that's that one. And here's the Fleer 88 Larry Bird, classic of his. Um, Same story as the others. I picked these up at the county center when probably in 98, 99. So this one's really cool. And probably at different times. I can't really say specifically when it was, but I can say that those three cards came from shows at the county center. And they sat dormant for a long time because, like many other people in the hobby, when they were 12, 13, 14 years old, time kind of passes on and you forget about your cards. But I remember going back a couple years ago and finding these cards in my mom's basement and just having like, just tons and tons of fun going through all them. And then, but foolishly, I wasn't really, as a kid, I wasn't very smart enough to put these in protective cases. So thankfully, they're still in good shape. So I'm happy about that. The next two cards, this one I'm going to save for the end because it has a lot of meaning to it. But this one is the Topps 73, as I'm sure a lot of you know, but the Topps 73 Willie Mays. Beautiful card of his last solo card. And I just remember this card being purchased when I was a kid in 98, probably 99 at the county center shows, like the birds. But this one is special because I just remember being a kid and going around really wanting a Willie Mays card, but knowing how much money you had to spend to get a card of his where he's on the New York or the San Francisco Giants. And how I just remember the 72 versus the 73. The 72 was so much more money. And so, the best thing my dad could do is get me the 73 Willie Mays and at the time, and I was really grateful for it. I love this card. It's just, I mean, it's a classic of him with the Mets. They just retired his number this year, so it kind of gave me a lot of memories as far as this card goes. Going to the county center and realizing, oh man, every Willie Mays card is just so much money. And this is like, the mind of a 13-year-old thinking that. And then my dad was awesome in getting me this card. So that's the 73 Mays story. And lastly, this one's cool because this one is my dad's card that he probably doesn't remember probably having, but I held on to this. And it's his 1970 Bobby Bonds card. Probably when he got this card, he would have been, 9 or 10 years old. So it's really cool that he had this. I think I was going through my grandparents' attic one day, and because when they still had their house, they had like a box full of my dad's cards, and I remember seeing this one, and I think my dad I think he always liked Bobby Bonds. I mean, I think he was a bigger fan of Willie Mays, but Bobby Bonds, I think he liked a lot. So I remember seeing this card, and I held on to it for the longest time, and I put it in a protector just to make sure that it does not get damaged. And it's held up quite nicely over time. I mean, for a card that is, let's see, 80, 90, 2000, 52 years old, quite remarkable. So that's a cool one. I really like that one. That one's a really cool item to have because I don't really have. I think there's a couple other cards that I have that are from original collections of sorts, but I won't get into that right now. And the last thing, we'll open up this pack and have some fun and hopefully find a Jordan or an all. I love finding the All-Star cards in here. The blue stickers, I think they're blue stickers. But we'll see who we get. We got Tim Hardaway. That's pretty nice. I don't know if that's his rookie or not. Let me see the back. Yeah, that's his rookie card. He's a Hall of Famer. Just became one semi recently. I don't know if y'all seen it, but there's that great video where Tim Hardaway drives it to the hole and then tells Barkley, just talking trash, saying, yeah, yeah, in your face. You got to check that out. Robert Hansen, great mullet of his. Hey, there's Akeem the Dream. What a great center he was. Just unbelievable. Could shoot from the outside. A ferocious defender. Spud Webb. Man, what a classic. What a legend he was. 5'7", but could slam, just slam it down like the rest of them. Him and Dominique, man, what a combo they were. Got Mike Kaminsky of the 76ers. Mike Sanders with the Pacers. Hey, there's Hall of Famer Kevin McHale. Probably was not at the best, not in the best shape at that point in regards to his health. I know he had a lot of injuries late in his career, but Hall of Famer nonetheless. Oh, Dan Marley, that might be his rookie card. 3-point specialist, great. I think he was a good free throw shooter too. Let me take a look. It doesn't tell you the statistics for the. Oh, it does. Scratch that. He's not a good free throw shooter, but he's a good 3-point shooter. Yeah. Not a good free throw percentage, so I'm off on that one. Charles Oakley. Oh man, when basketball was about defense and rebound, and just like heavy duty box out rebounding, Oakley was your guy. What a tough competitor. Loved him with the Knicks. Speaking of tough guys, but maybe tough not in the best light. Mr. Bill Laimbeer, the dirtiest player in the game, one could say. We got Terry Porter, underrated guard. Him, Drexler, just couldn't get past Jordan. Here's Byron Scott, great shooting guard for the Lakers. Great counterpart for Magic. Hey, look at that! Got found a Jordan, man, but it's off center. It's still nice. Always fun to find a Jordan. Love this shot of him. They really did. They really had some great photography back then. You can kind of just see everybody watching him slam it down. They know what's up. Great card. I'll put that in the top. I'll put that in like a card saver at some point. So we got two more. Got Harold Presley. I don't know much about him. And of course, Ronnie Cycli. Of course, I know about him. And he got Jordan on him too. Bet you Cycli didn't score anything that night. But yeah, I just want to say again, congratulations to Don. I appreciate you putting this contest together. I hope I fulfilled the requirements. Yeah, there's a lot of great stories attached to some of these cards, and so it's a good feeling to relive that. So thank you very much, Don, and thank you everybody for watching. If you're new to the channel and you haven't gotten a chance to do so yet, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. We've got some stuff coming in the mail in the next few days, and I cannot wait to show you some big news. But until then, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you soon.